Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Varun Prabhu. Thank you so much for joining. Varun Prabhu ji, thank you for joining. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namah. Let us offer our humble and most respectful obeisance unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord, who are just like desire trees who can fulfill all the desires, and they are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityaṁ bhāgavata-sevayā Bhagavati uttamashloke bhaktir bhavati nashtaki Ārādhayo bhagavan vrajeshatanayas tadhama vrindavanam Ramya kachitupasana vrajavadhu vargena va kalpita Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam pramanamamalam prema pumartho maha Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu matavīdam tatradhara napara Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin iti namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarini Jai Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you, Baldev Prabhu, Varun Prabhu for joining. We are reading today Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 25. Lord Shri Krishna lifts Govardhan Hill, and we have discussed till text 28, so we'll continue from there. Basically, Lord Krishna has lifted the Govardhan Hill, and now he has put back also at its respective place, just as it had stood before. As it is, you were talking about that. So 7 days, 7 nights are done. The time has passed. The clouds and all are clear. The Rajvasis first got out along with the cows, and then Krishna also kept the hill back. So let's see what happens further. Text number 29. Tam prema vegan nirphritta vrajokasau yatha simyuha pari Rambhani dibhi gopyascha sa sneham apujyam muda dadhi akshatadhir yuyujo sadashisha. Translation and purport by the disciple of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. All the residents of Vrindavan were overwhelmed with ecstatic love, and they came forward and greeted Shri Krishna according to their individual relationships with him, some embracing him, others bowing down to him, and so forth. The cowherd women presented water mixed with yogurt and unbroken barley corns as a token of honor, and they showered auspicious benedictions upon him. Purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that each of the residents of Vrindavan regarded Krishna in his own way, as an inferior younger member of the community, as an equal, or as a superior, and they dealt with him accordingly. Krishna's superiors offered auspicious benedictions, lovingly smelled his head, kissed him, rubbed his arms and fingers, and inquired with parental affection as to whether he was tired or pained. Krishna's equals laughed or joked with him, and those who were younger fell at his feet, massaged his feet, and so on. The word cha in this verse indicates that the wives of the Brahmanas joined with the cowherd ladies to offer auspicious items like yogurt and unbroken grains. Lord Sri Krishna received benedictions such as this: may you subdue the wicked, protect the decent people, give pleasure to your parents, and be enriched with all the wealth and opulence. Hare Krishna. So beautiful prayer. Generally, the world prays to Krishna, right? Oh, please help me to subdue the wicked, protect the decent, or like, please give me protection, so I can please my parents or take care of my parents, or some people may pray for wealth or some name, fame. But here we see Rajvasis are blessing Krishna. May you, this is pure unalloyed love. So here, the beautiful aspect to note here is that everyone has their individual relationship. Bhakti is very, very personal. There's a few devotees, senior Vaishnavas there. They have written some books about radical personalism, that bhakti is personal. So as we were talking even yesterday, Krishna has a personal relationship with each and every one. Bhakti is very personal. Even when Krishna would call the names of 9 lakh cows, it's not that, oh, cows come, let's go. No, everyone would hear their name personally. We have hard time, like if there's a group of kids, right? Can we do that? We'll say, oh, all the kids go, let's pack up, let's time to go, right? We got 10, 20 kids, right? In a community. But here, everyone has a unique individual relationship. So some are elders, like the parental affection. Some are equal, like the friends, etc. And some are younger ones. So even in spiritual life, we meet devotees who may be elder to us in age, in bhakti, in position, in relationship, etc. We meet the Vaishnavas who are equal to us in spiritual life or in age or in different parameters. And then some who could be younger to us, younger in age, younger in bhakti, younger in different aspects, younger in their journey of Krishna consciousness, etc. So there's beautiful description actually in multiple scriptures how to deal with different kinds of devotees. And it's not that we are differentiating. It's not that we are differentiating. It's basically the appropriate behavior. Like if the child is in the first class, then the teacher behaves a certain way. The child is in the 10th class, the teacher behaves a certain way. The child is a college student, the teacher behaves a certain way. The teacher is not, it's not like a bhed buddhi. Bhed means differentiation. It's basically intelligence to maturely behave with different people. So how different people are behaving, or different devotees or Rajavasis are behaving, it's basically shown here. So the elder ones, they give different items, auspicious items, as the cowherd women are giving gifts like yogurt. Yogurt is very considered auspicious. It's used in the Abhishek, it's the Panchamrit, so yogurt, honey, these are very auspicious. Turmeric, barley corns, these are as a token of honor to, give some gratitude, offer some love, offer. Krishna says, whatever you offer me with love and devotion, I'll accept it. So they're offering some gifts. And not only that, they are offering auspicious benedictions, blessings. And that may you be victorious, may you have a healthy life, may you have a wealthy life, all that based on the best they want to give. That's the elders. The equals. The equals are basically in the mood of playing, right? They are joking with him, as we see. They are having fun, laughing, joking. So humor. And then the younger ones are falling at his feet. Oh, let me massage Krishna's hand, Krishna's feet. You must be very tired, lifting Govardhan hill for 7 days, 7 nights. So that's the beautiful rasas we are seeing here, the different mellows, how different devotees are approaching. Whatever way ye yathamam prapadyante tam sathaiva bhajamiham. If we approach Krishna like a person, then he'll guide as a person. If we approach as a statue, then he'll always be a statue. So the intent is very important here. The intent is very, very important. Individual, personal relationship. Personal, individual. Any thoughts, comments, additions here? Okay, let's read the next verse, text number 30. Anyone wants to read this?
I can read, Prabhuji. Kṛṣṇa devotees, Dhanva Pranam, all gracious Śrī Prabhupada. Text 30. Jashoda Rohini Nanda Ramascha Balinam Boro Krishnam Alinga Yujur Ashisha Sneho Ka Toro. Translation by the devotees of His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivinoda Swami Prabhupada Śrī Prabhupada ki joy. Mother Jashoda, Mother Rohini, Nanda Maharaj and Balaram, the greatest of the strong, all embraced Krishna, overwhelmed with affection. They offered him their blessings. Back to Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Very bold. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very, very straightforward. So the previous verse was quite generic, right? That how different devotees are offering, like they are their elders, they are equals, and they are younger ones. But this verse particularly talks about the Vatsalya Rasa. And when we talk about Vatsalya Rasa, actually, these are the top 3. These are the top: Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, and then out of the top few devotees in the Vatsalya Rasas, they're all in the top. Like Vrindavan is a university of toppers. One devotee was sharing. All the, like the Vatsalya Rasa toppers are there. Sakya Rasa toppers are there. And of course, Madhurya Rasa toppers are there. So Vrindavan or Raja is like the university of toppers, right? Right. There are different devotees in different places who are in that different rasas, but the toppers are all in Raja of all the rasas, Shanti Rasa, Dasya Rasa, Sakya. So here, Mother Yashoda, she was so concerned. My little baby lifting, right? It's for 7 days, 7 nights, this so heavy hill. She was really, really concerned. Imagine if our child is in that position. She's not thinking Krishna as God, so it'll be hard for us to comprehend that. If just a tiny weight, let's say 5 pound or a big bag of rice falls on the leg of a small tender child, the child is so disturbed, is it not? If a 20-pound bag of rice falls, and if it stays there, the child will be so troubled, so disturbed, and the mother will be 1,000 times more disturbed. Is it not? More than the child, the mother will be disturbed. More than the pain of the child, the mother will feel that pain. So this is Vatsalya Rasa. And Yashoda, Rohini, and Nanda. So Ramascha Balinam Varaha. Rama here is Balaram, because he is Lord of Bala. He is the source of Bala. Ramascha Balinam. the greatest vara. What did they do? Kṛṣṇa alinga. They embraced Kṛṣṇa. So Kṛṣṇa alingan. Alingan means to embrace. So out of paternal affection, out of the motherly, fatherly, and of course elder brother, Balramji, we know that how he exchanges all these 5 rasas and also the secondary rasas. So right now he's taking more the role as a father, as an elder brother. So they all offered, first they did Alingan, and then they offered Ashirvad, Ashisha. Ashirvad means benedictions. Sneha, out of love again, by their affection. So whatever we do, whether it's offering Alingan, whether it's they're offering benediction to the one, Kṛṣṇa is called Varadraj, is it not? Kṛṣṇa is called Varadraj because he is the one who gives vara. Vara means again benediction, right? Or blessing. Vara also means husband. Of course, he can give that also. But the point is, Varadraj means the one who can give all benedictions. In Damodar Lila also it comes. Varam deva moksham na mokshavadim va nachanyavraneham vareshadapi kripadrishti rishyati dinam batanu. A devotee like what's the king name? Sweta. Who is that devotee who wrote the Madhurashtakam? From S. Satyavrat Muni, yes. Thank you. Satyavrat Muni over there, he could ask for any benediction, but he's not asking. He's not asking high kingdom, low kingdom, this money, that money. So devotee does not ask Kṛṣṇa, rather devotee gives Kṛṣṇa his best. That's Vrindavan. That's why they are the toppers in love. That's why they're toppers in all the rasas. Toppers means like the first grade, the first position. Why? Because others are often busy asking, God, give me something. God, give me health. God, give me bread. God, give me a son. Give me a daughter. Give me husband. Give me home. Give me car. Give me job. Give me visa. I'm not kidding. There's a temple in India called Visa Balaji. And these are serious things. You can Google if you don't believe me. This is real stuff. There's a temple called Visa Balaji. There is a Gurdwara in some Punjab or something. A lot of Punjabi people, they go to Canada. They offer prayers to get to Canada and all that over there. They get their passport. Oh, this is somehow we should get a visa. This is going on. Or some people take bundi. One devotee jokes that bundi is like a small, like a sugar balls, you can say, right? Fried sugar balls. And in 10 cents, you can get a decent quantity. At least in India, like 10, 20 rupees, you can get a small bag. It is like 10 cents here. So let's say there are hundreds of balls, but one devotee was joking that the number of bundi danas, the grains are less than the number of list of desires they have. So often the mood in majority of the people, even if they go to some form of temple or some worship, some Devi, Devta, etc., is what? Give me this, give me that, or remove my sorrows, remove my difficulties, please help me, please protect my child, please protect my job, please protect my visa, please protect my health, whatever, which are 99%. I mean, it's not bad. Like, it's much better than not going to God at all? Because Krishna does say that even if one has a lot of desires, it's okay. Like Dhruv Maharaj, he had desire for kingdom. Clear. His mind was clear. I want kingdom, nothing else. But still, Narada Muni told him, okay, you worship Narayana, you chant the mantra, you follow the process of bhakti. And then what happened? Krishna purifies that desire and gives pure bhakti. But here, the Vrajavasis are totally different level. They are not asking Krishna, rather they are giving Krishna out of love. They are praying for Krishna. This is Vrindavan. They're never asking anything. They always want to give the best. And there are lots and lots of stories. This is one example. The famous story is that one time Narad Muni, so Krishna asked, who's your favorite? Narad Muni asked Krishna, who's your favorite devotee? He said, of course, the gopis. He said, well, I want to test. So he said, okay, then how will you test? And says, Krishna told Narada Muni, then you go to all my devotees, different yogis, rishis, different devotees in different states, countries, different parts of India, and ask them, Krishna is having a headache, and he needs some balm, some ointment to apply on his head so he can get cured fast. I said, okay, what's that ointment? He said, the ointment, Krishna said, is the dust of the lotus feet of my devotees. So any devotee gives the dust from their feet, bring it and I'll get cured. He says, okay. He goes to different parts of the country. First he meets some rishi munis doing tapasya. Oh, they have big matted hair and big beard and big, he says, oh, you're meditating upon the Supreme Brahman. He's having a headache. Krishna is Shuddha Brahma Paratpara. He's having headache. Can you help him? He said, sure, we'll help him. He's our everything. Okay, can you give the dust of your feet? What? What are you asking for? Are you crazy? We are his devotee. How can we give to our master No, forget about it. Do you know we'll go to hell for doing that? Narad Muni goes other places. So everyone says some of the other excuse, sorry, we can't do, sorry, we will go to hell, sorry, we don't want to cause this offense to Krishna or this or that. Everyone pretty much rejected the proposal of Narad Muni. And then he went to the gopis. Oh, gopis, do you know Krishna is having a headache? Really? Please tell. How can we help? We want to serve Krishna. He said, okay, can you give the dust of your feet? And then they bring a big, like a dupatta, like a chadar, a piece of cloth, and they all start jumping there. So the dust, they go in the sand and then jump on that cloth again, and then they gathered a big kind of bag of dust. Narad Muni, please go immediately. So we can't see Kṛṣṇa in distress. Of course, Kṛṣṇa supposes Lila to test his devotees or to show the greatness of the gopis. So immediately Narada Muni says, well, do you know the consequences of this? You can go to hell. You can go to the lower planets. The gopi says, we are ready to suffer for eternity in the hellish of the most hellish of the hellish planets, even if it gives a iota of joy to our Krishna. That's why, Vrindavan is the land of toppers. So in short, here they are offering different kind of benedictions out of love. Ashish Sneha, Katraha, they're offering different blessings. Any other thoughts, comments, additions here? Okay, let's read next verse. Yes. Lakshay, Prabhu. Lakshya, are you able to read? Babu Prabhu? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Divi Deva Gana Siddha Sadhya Gandharva Charana Tustuvar Mumuchas Tushta Pushpa Varsani Partiva. Translation. In the heavens, O king, all the demigods, including the Siddhas, Sadhyas, Gandharvas, and Charanas, saying the praises of Lord Kṛṣṇa, shower down flowers in great satisfaction. Purport. The demigods in heaven were just as jubilant as the residents of Vrindavana, and thus a great universal festival took place. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Very ball. So these are all the denizens of the upper planets, Siddhas, Charanas, Gandharvas. They have extraordinary abilities, dancing, singing, beauty, etc., etc. Again, heavenly planets means more opulence, more tendency for enjoyment, material enjoyment. But at the same time, it's not that, oh, everyone is bad there. These are all also, many of them are great accomplished devotees. Indra also is a resident of upper planets, actually. And we see they come time and again. Now they don't come to earthly planets, but in the past they would come multiple times. And as they're showering flowers here, right? As we clearly see, basically it's like a festival. Kṛṣṇa has done such a big feat. So a universal festival, not just in Vrindavan, but throughout the upper planets also. They are very, very happy. And they are expert in singing. They're offering their praises. Their praises. What's the word used for praise? Pushpa Varsha. So Pushpa Varsha is also like a flower festival. In many Iskcon temples also it's celebrated. Pushpa Varsha. So it's very bona fide as we see here. Pushpa Varsha. Varsha means rain. Pushpa means flowers. So a rain of flower petals. Some people say, oh, you have concocted these festivals. Like, look at Bhagavatam. This is a festival. Pushpa Varsha is nothing but flower festival. Is it not? Is there flowers, the petals are raining on the deities first, and then on the devotees, then the prasad. That's flower festival. Takes place in many Iskcon temples. It is very, very beautiful because the flowers which have touched the transcendental body of the Lord and then the transcendental body of the devotees, and it's very, very joyful. Sang prayers in greatest satisfaction. There's another beautiful lesson that we should sing prayers with joy, with happiness. That pleases Kṛṣṇa the most. Very jubilantly, right? Just as jubilant, right? So whenever we go to festival, we should be very jubilant, happy, enthusiastic. Festival is called Utsava. Utsava means Utsaha. Utsaha means jubilant. Jubilant means, or jubilant is same as enthusiasm. If there's a festival and everyone is improperly dressed and there's no enthusiasm, how will we feel like? Everyone feel in the mood, one person, everyone transfers each other's energy or the mood. So we should become a medium to inspire others, to help bring out the best. So all the things are important, right? The mood in the festival is very, very important. We should be very jubilant and sing enthusiastically, right? When the turn comes to chant, to dance, it should be done with great enthusiasm. Great enthusiasm. When the turn comes of hearing, it should be done with great enthusiasm. Is it not? When we do with great enthusiasm, if the speaker is enthusiastic, the speaker passes that enthusiasm to the audience. And if the audience is enthusiastic, the speaker will feel enthusiastic. And they both help each other to be more enthusiastic. So it applies everywhere. Any other thoughts, comments, additions? Text 32, let's read that. Anyone wants to read this?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, I will try.
Please.
Hare Krishna, devotees, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Sankha Dundubhayo Nedur Divi Deva Prachodita Jagur Gandharva Patayas Tumburu Pramukha Nipta. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. My dear Parikshit, the demigods in heaven resoundingly played their conch shells and kettle drums, and the best of the Gandharvas, led by Tumburu, began to sing. This is just a verse after verse of raucous and jubilant celebration across all levels of reality. And I do have a question here, Prabhuji. When are these sorts of celebrations always happening in the upper planets when amazing things happen on Earth? Or what are they? You said they're always celebrating something, or they're always enjoying. It's like a place of more opulence. So are they just throwing parties up there for themselves, or are they always partying? And then when Kṛṣṇa does something amazing, it's like the party gets livelier, or how does it? I'm just trying to picture this, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu, for reading. So I think your question has multiple sub-questions. There is a description of upper planets in the Bhagavatam, right? And we see that segregation even in this piece of earth also. Some areas have more opulence, right? Like Prabhupada went to Hawaii and said, oh, that's like heaven on earth. There are some places if you go to Switzerland and Alps and Himalayas, they have more beauty, right? Mountains, rivers. I've not been to Hawaii, but Prabhupada went and Prabhupada made this comment. So some areas are there, right? But our goal is, again, not to be born in Hawaii or Himalayas or Switzerland or whatnot. The upper planets are even maybe, I can't say exact degree, maybe 100 times, 1,000 times more opulent, right? Opulent in the sense in every degree. Like, for example, the example given is the most beautiful woman in the world, what do they call Miss World or whatever, Miss Universe. They call Miss Universe, but they're not actually competed against the universal ladies, actually. Prabhupada said, if the most beautiful lady of this world is like a frog in front of the heavenly denizens. That's a comparison given, right? Like if they, like imagine a frog enters in the competition of Miss World. So that's how the most beautiful lady in this would be if she goes in their competition. So again, this is so same with other resources. Like we can't comprehend if I say, oh, the ocean, right? We all know when we talk about ocean means saltwater ocean. But there are oceans of sugarcane juice, there are ocean of milk, there are ocean of honey. We can't comprehend that by just our head. It's hard to visualize. Like 50 years back, if you told someone the computers were how big, maybe the size of a big room, is it not? A big room, like 100 square feet size, like 10 by 10 or maybe 20 by 20, I don't know. They were really big, right? 50 years back, 70 years back. If you told someone at that time that one day they will be in your palm, basically this phone has more processing power than the computers 50 years back. Is that correct? So at that time, people would told him, hey, you are crazy, impossible, right? So when we don't have any when it's hard for us to comprehend by our senses, then we may feel like that. But even in this world, we are seeing things changing so rapidly. So we should hear from the perspective of scriptures. Just because I cannot fit in my head doesn't mean it's impossible. So that's, and the upper planets have more, like their singing is extraordinary, their dancing is extraordinary, the celestial beverages are extraordinary, everything is much more. Everything. Beauty is extraordinary. And it's like someone has collected a lot of money, worked really hard, and collected, let's say, $5,000 by their hard work. And let's say they go to a vacation for Hawaii. Okay. They'll book nice tickets, they'll book nice hotels, they'll book nice meals and whatnot, or whatever, cruise, everything they'll book. And they'll spend one day, day one, day two, day three. What's happening? The bank balances, the vacation saving balance is going down from 5,000 to 4 to 3 to 2 to 1 to 0 after 10 days maybe. They must have spent all that money. Back to grind. Shena, Punya, Mrityu Lok Vishanti. After those who do good activities, good karma, they may go temporarily over there. But what next? Back to grind. Back to Mrityu Loka, which is these earthly planetary systems, or depends on the karma and cycle and all that. So yes, there is more opulence. Yes, there is more facilities, but the goal of a devotee is not that. A devotee does not do good karma to go to Swarga or upper planets, because that's also binding. And we know that how the Bhagavatam explains that even the residents of the Swarga Loka, and the Indra is a classic example, like how opulence can be degrading. Another classic example, Indra was having somras, and his guru came, he was watching the dance of the Apsaras, right? Wealth, beauty, opposite sex, etc. They can become an obstacle in the journey of a sadhaka. And Indra is showing that classic example we read in the previous cantos, that Bhrigu Muni came, he disrespected, he ignored, he did not look at him, he was busy enjoying the dance of the Apsaras, and the Guru was ignored. Another example, Narada Muni came in the Damodar story, these Nalkuver and Manigriv, who were also very rich, the sons of Kuvera. Kuvera is the demigod in charge for wealth. Now you can imagine, like they're sons of Kuvera. Youth, beauty, wealth, everything was there. high parentage, that's the sons of the Kuvera, but they ignored Narada and then they born as trees. So whenever, and therefore Kunti Maharani says that, what does she say? Janmashwarya Shruta Shribi Edamana Madapuman Neva Avahartya Vidhatum Vai Tvam Akinchana Gocharam. Wealth, knowledge, beauty, high birth, etc. can become great obstacles. And we see that too. Very rarely we'll find example of person who, who has these things and still a very sincere devotee. Because these things, one thinks, oh, well, I have great wealth, I have beauty, I have this, I have that, I can buy whatever I want, I can do whatever I want. Then one gets more entrapped in the illusory energy. And it can happen in upper planets. It certainly happens. So many examples are there, as I just shared a few. So, but it's not that everyone, it's basically mixed devotion. There are devotees also there, but someone could have done bhakti, but bhakti with at the same time, the desire to enjoy is also there, desire to control, desire to, so they may be also be born in upper planetary system. So they can still do bhakti and fulfill their so-called fulfill their selfish desires. They still may be lingering in their heart. So yeah, that's upper planetary systems. Of course, it's, whatever little I have read and heard. Then how to imagine this? Well, they come time and again. Now we may not see because Kali Yuga is very degraded, but in the previous ages, they used to come. They travel with transcendental spaceships. They don't need like motor car or a bicycle to travel, right? They have extra, like even Ravana, is Pushpak Viman. So the technology they have is also like million times ahead. We may not be able to comprehend that too. How are they traveling? Like, how is the Pushpak Viman, Ravana's Pushpak Viman, which was also actually Kuvera's, right? With the energy of mind, right? No electric charging, no pausing after 200 miles, hey, I need to charge my battery, or no refueling, right? It'll go very fast just by the mind's energy. No, very, very eco-friendly too. We cannot comprehend that all right now. So they are devotees as well, mixed devotion, you can say. So they're offering, they're happy, most of them acknowledge and know that Kṛṣṇa is God. They know their position. Does that help to some extent?
Yes, Prabhuji, I think so. I wasn't sure. I know we come here because we want to enjoy separately from Krishna, and then I was just wondering, like, the people in the upper planets, are they also wanting to enjoy separately from Krishna? Because they seem happy about Krishna's pastimes, but but I think you've answered that. So they're like in between or something. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Everyone has unique, extraordinary circumstances, like all this Sattva, Rajas, Tamas combination, how much bhakti, there is infinite permutations. So Krishna knows where to situate that person the best, so that he can grow from there. But devotees, they don't even pray, okay, even if I'm not qualified, Krishna, give me birth next time in the devotee family, not in the heavenly family. Because again, the chances of fall are more, right? The earth planets are in a rightly situated combination. Too much opulence creates problem. And too much suffering also, if like one does not even have like food to eat, and then everything, like they're begging on the road, it'll be hard for them also to call for Kṛṣṇa, because they say like, right, because the next thing on their mind is, will I eat dinner tonight? Will I have, like something to eat tomorrow? For most people, it will be hard to practice bhajan if they're not sure. Pure devotees may not be bewildered by all these things. They are akinchana. They completely depend on the Lord. But majority of us will have a tough time. Like when our health is bad, bhakti suffers. If suddenly we get a shock in a job, right, our bhakti will suffer. Right? Shock means like, suddenly some layoffs and material disturbances come. And or some some unexpected situations come, we do get bewildered. So therefore, earthly planets is like a right combination to remember Kṛṣṇa. Haribol. Okay, let's try to complete these 2 verses today. Then the chapter will end, so it's almost towards the end. So yeah, basically a transcendental festival is going on. Cattle drums, Dundubi, Tumburu, they're all playing instruments and singing, dancing. Let's see what happens further. Last 2 verses. Anyone? Let's read. 2 devotees can read. 33. Varunji, you want to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sure Prabhuji. Tato nurakataya pasupaya parishrito rajansva gostam sa balo vrajadarihe tata vidyan asya kartani gopika gyanatya tayur mudita hrid sparsha. Yes. Translation: surrounded by his loving cowherd boyfriends and Lord Balarama, Kṛṣṇa then went off to the place where he had been tending his cows. The cowherd girls returned to their homes, singing joyfully about the lifting of Govardhana hill and other glorious deeds performed by Lord Kṛṣṇa, who had so deeply touched their hearts. Purpose. Before returning to their homes, the gopis shared intimate association with their lover, Sri Krishna, by exchanging secret glances. Ordinarily, they could not publicly talk about Krishna since they were chaste young girls in a religious village. But now they took advantage of this wonderful exhibition by the Lord and freely sang of his beautiful qualities. It is natural that a young man wants to do something wonderful in the presence of a beautiful young girl. The gopis were the most beautiful and pure-hearted young girls, and Sri Krishna performed the most wonderful activities in their presence. Thus, he entered deep within their tender hearts, enlivening their eternal devotion to him. Thus, end of purpose of the humble servants of his divine grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada to 10th Canto, 25th chapter of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam entitled Lord Krishna Lifts Govardhana Hill. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Varun Prabhu. Thank you so much for reading this last verse. So this chapter is coming to an end here. That how, surrounded by his loving cowherd boyfriends, the Gwal Bal, went off to the place where the cows were tending. Because in the next chapter, the reason why he went there will be revealed. So basically, everyone went home. And what are they doing? Now, they were always singing about Kṛṣṇa. They were always singing about Kṛṣṇa and his glories. And now, in that list of their bhajans and songs, and that's what devotees do. Machchitta madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. They sing and they take great delight in that. This is like the nectar for devotees. What do materialist people do? Oh, let's watch movie together. Let's watch some cinema. Let's watch some TV serial together. And they have, that's, or a cricket match or a soccer match, or they take delight in that, right? But devotees take delight in Kṛṣṇa Katha, Bhagavat Katha, Bhagavad Gita Katha, discussing, sharing. Prabhu, what did you read? Please share something. And then asking, sharing. So the gopis were discussing about that. And as we discussed earlier, that all kinds of rasas were being exchanged. And we talk about this exchanging of the glances also, because ordinarily they would meet secretively, but now, since all the Vrajavasis, everyone was under the Govardhan hill, so they had a good excuse, like everyone is there. Right? So 7 days, 7 nights, everyone, Krishna was exchanging all the rasas. And because Krishna is hero, right? Rajabara Nagara, he's the hero of everyone. And he's lifting the Govardhan hill to give more joy to his devotees. And why is he going with the cows and the cowherd friends that we will study in the next chapter at a different location? So, just to give a quick summary, in this chapter we discuss how Indra forgot his real position and how he sent the worst of the Samvartaka clouds with the 7 types of winds to torture the Supreme Lord and his devotees. Who can torture Krishna? But of course, Krishna or Indra was thinking that he is the real king, and Indra was thinking these foolish people are trying to hear this innocent, or this Vachalam Balisham Pandita Manina. He's talking, how dare he, kind of, this foolish, innocent, gullible boy, and all the Rajavasis are hearing. So Indra was really mad, really upset, and we discuss in great detail that basically Indra is teaching, Krishna is teaching through the example of Indra to all of us. So there was a lot of winds and rains and columns of ice, and everyone was scared, and then they all approached Krishna, please protect us. So Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill very easily, smoothly, like a child holds up the mushroom, and asked, do not fear, please come. Just like the umbrella, please come. Don't be scared of the rains, or the winds, or this or that. Please come. Krishna is calling us, please come. And then they all heard, they all came. They all had a wonderful time underneath the Govardhan hill. And not even a particle of grass was troubled. And like that, there was a 7-day, 7-night whole festival going on. Finally, Krishna asked, okay, now it's safe, please go. They all took their cows, etc., went back to respective places. And then the last few verses, we were discussing how everyone was offering different, exchanging different rasas with the Supreme Lord by affection, by prayers, by gifts, etc. This Govardhan Lila does not stop here. There's a next chapter also, chapter 26, which is entitled Wonderful Krishna. So we will see later what happened further. Any thoughts, comments, take-home messages from this chapter? Anything struck you? Anything, any realizations, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hari Bol, Girish Prabhu, thank you for joining.
Yeah, so one of the, not realization, I would say, like experience in this Kali Yuga, bhakti is very tough. Basically, there will be a lot of hurdles will be coming up here, and that's what I feel basically. Yeah, so we have to keep fighting with that. Yeah.
Bhakti is like a war against Maya. It is, Prabhupada said multiple places that bhakti is simple for simple, right? But when we take to the process of bhakti, we know it's that it is like a war. So I was hearing in class, which I shared last time with the kids, we have to be a spiritual warrior. Spiritual warrior means always fighting. We are fighting at different levels. Fighting with our own anarthas, right? At the self level. The lower self wants to pull us down. Fighting at the society level, like the material nature, outside friends, outside colleagues, anywhere we step outside the Krishna conscious environment, no one is going to remind us of Krishna. So this war, yeah, you're right. But we can always take certain steps which will not further aggravate the battle, rather make it more, rather make it a little easier. And what is that secret sauce? Association of nice devotees. Because when we're in association, we'll learn from them, we'll share our heart, we'll what challenges are bothering us, maybe how did they overcome, right? So that helps. And Sangha, there is strength in the numbers. When we are alone, we have like the tiger catches the deer which is alone or aloof from the pack or from the herd. The lion will catch that deer first. Is it not? But someone shared this video that when we are in unity, even like the cheetah was coming, or some like lion or some wild creature was coming, and because the buffaloes were united and they were fighting, even they was trying to grab one, and the others are like showing him off, so he could not catch anyone. Someone shared this, which is basically the power of strength. Unity is strength. United we stand, divided we fall. So when we take association of devotees, then that struggle will be there, but it will be easier compared to fighting alone.
Sure, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. You are a spiritual warrior. And that's what we're all trying to be. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your comment. Anyone else? Any thoughts, comments? Okay, then I guess we will pause here and continue tomorrow with the next verse. Granthāraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Purāna ki jai.
Jai.
Śrīmad ki jai. Samaveta Gaur Bhaktavinda ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare